students. Today's video is about Gibbs free energy and about Ellingham diagram. So before entering into the Ellingham diagram, we should know about what is Gibbs free energy. So Gibbs free energy you might have studied in 11th standard. Del G equal to del H minus T into del S. Del G means change in free energy. Del H change in enthalpy. T is the temperature in Kelvin and del S is the entropy change. So using this formula only we can predict the delta G value, that is Gibbs free energy change. Next, whether a reaction, any reaction, whether it is an oxidation or a reduction reaction, whether the reaction will occur or not. That means the reaction will be spontaneous. Whether the reactants are reacting to form the product or not, this can be predicted by this equation, that is the delta G naught value. So using this del G value, we can predict whether the reaction is spontaneous or non-spontaneous. If del G value is negative, that is less than 0, negative means minus 100, minus 200 like that. So if delta G value is less than 0, that is negative, definitely the reaction will be a spontaneous reaction. That means the expected product will be coming out. If del G value is greater than 0, that is positive value, means definitely it will be a non-spontaneous reaction. The product, even though it is formed, means it is unstable. So cannot proceed without an input energy. So del G equal to 0 means the reaction will be an equilibrium reaction. So using this Gibbs free energy value, we can predict whether it is a spontaneous or non-spontaneous reaction. That means in any chemical reaction, A plus B which gives C, this is the reactions. So whether this A and B, they react to give product C, can be predicted by using the delta G value. Now we are going to see about the Ellingham diagram. Next, what is Ellingham diagram? So before that explanation for the Ellingham diagram, I want to say one thing. During smelting process, that is extraction of metals, any metal oxide, they can be reduced to metal. We can use various reducing agents. So metal oxides can be reduced to metal by various reducing agents like carbon monoxide, carbon, hydrogen and metals like aluminium. So these reactions we saw in the last video. That is metal oxides, they can be reduced to metal. We can use various reducing agents CO, C, H2 and metals like aluminium. So among these reducing agents, which metal or which reducing agent we can use to reduce the metal oxides to metal? This can be clearly explained by Ellingham. So Harold Ellingham used the relationship, that is above relationship means here del G is equal to del H minus T into del S relationship to calculate the del G naught values at various temperature, that is del G naught value with various temperatures for the reduction of metal oxides by treating the reduction as an equilibrium process. So not all the reactions should not be an equilibrium. So he assumed all the reactions to be in the equilibrium process. So in an equilibrium process, so to calculate the del G naught value at various temperatures for the reduction of metal oxides. Then he has drawn a plot. Explain the equation C. Del G equal to del H minus T into del S. Change this del H to left hand side. Now del H equal to T into del S plus del G. So del H we can take them as a y-axis. Y equal to, here del S is the slope, that is M, and T is the x-axis. We have to take temperature in the x-axis and del G, that means the constant values, that is C. So if you plot a graph between y and x, that is del G naught in the y-axis and T in the x-axis. Here, see, he draw the graphical representation for the formation. I will see later. He has drawn a plot by considering the temperature in the x-axis and the standard free energy change, that is del G. So T and del G for the formation of metal oxide in y-axis. The resultant plot is a straight line with del S as a slope and del H as a y-intercept. So now I am explaining what is Ellingham diagram. The graphical representation of between del G for the formation of various metal oxides, with the temperature is called as Ellingham diagram. Once again I said, what is Ellingham diagram? Definition. The graphical representation between changing free energy for the formation of various metal oxides with the temperature is called Ellingham diagram. Harold Ellingham draw a graph between del G naught value and temperature in Celsius. See, del G naught means that is change in Gibbs free energy value. Here in the x-axis, temperature is taken in degrees Celsius. 200, 400, 600, 800 like that. The temperature is going on. Here minus 1100 like that, it will be up to 0. Here it will be positive. So below 0, all full values are in negative, and above 0, the values are in the positive. So from the graphical representation, see, formation, all the straight lines, all the lines shown here are the formation of metal oxide. First case, calcium plus oxygen gives calcium oxide. Here formation of magnesium oxide, formation of alumina, manganese oxide, chromic oxide, zinc oxide. In all those cases, that is from mercuric oxide to formation of calcium oxide, all the lines will be are moving towards upward. That means moving upward direction. So here it represents what means it will be moving towards the positive value, because all are here are negative value. While the reaction proceed after the formation of oxides, metal combine with oxygen, because metals combine with the oxygen means the zinc will consuming the oxygen to form zinc oxide. So all the metals, they absorb, they will intake the oxygen, amount of oxygen, and quickly, that is randomly, and it forms the formation of metal oxides. So here del S value will be positive. If in the Gibbs free energy equation, del G equal to del H minus T into del S. Suppose if we substitute the delta S, because all the reactions are moving towards positive means, the reaction is positive, that is del S value is positive. So del G value now becomes positive. So it should be a non-spontaneous reactions. So up to that only all the reactions are moving upward direction. So the reaction will be a non-spontaneous process. But see here only one case alone, that is carbon plus oxygen gives carbon monoxide. Here 1 mole of oxygen combined with 2 carbon to form 2 moles of carbon monoxide. Here alone the pink line only moving down towards the x-axis. So here the value of del G from minus 300 to it moves to minus 700. So the negative value will be increases. So del G value will be stable one, and also it should be a negative value, and the formation of carbon monoxide will be very stable. Now the very important questions for the observations from Ellingham diagram is a very important question. So there are 4 points from observations of Ellingham diagram. The first point is, for most of the metal oxide formation, if you see the graphical representation of Ellingham, most of the metal oxide formation, the slope is positive. That means it moving, all the lines will be moving upward. So it can be explained as follows. Why such a slope is positive? Oxygen gas is consumed because all metals, they consume the oxygen to form metal oxide. So oxygen gas is consumed during the formation of metal oxides, which results in the decrease in randomness. Decrease in randomness means the entropy will become, del S becomes negative, and it makes the term T into del S positive in the straight line equation. See, del H equal to del G equal to del H minus T into del S. Suppose if the del S becomes decrease in the randomness means the oxygen is fully consumed by the metal, that is the randomness here increases, but the formation of metal oxide, here the entropy will be decreases. So del S becomes negative. Therefore, if del S becomes negative means the sign will be positive, and now del G is also becomes a positive. So therefore, T into del S positive in the straight line equation. So this is the first observation from Ellingham diagram. That is nothing but del S becomes negative, then T del S becomes positive in the straight line. Second one, the graph for the formation of carbon monoxide, which will be given in the pink color line. See the graph. The graph for the formation of carbon monoxide is a straight line with a negative slope, but all the other slopes will be a positive, but only one case is a negative slope. because del S is positive here because 2 moles of carbon here, 2 atoms of carbon combined with 1 mole of oxygen to form 2 moles of carbon monoxide. So del S is positive because 2 moles of carbon monoxide gas is formed by the consumption of only 1 mole of oxygen gas. So 1 mole of oxygen gas now changes into 2 moles of carbon monoxide. It indicates that CO is more stable at a higher temperature. That means the formation of carbon monoxide. Here the del G naught value is very less, as well as it is a negative value. So only this one, formation of CO is more stable. Therefore, in many metallurgical process, as a reducing agent, carbon monoxide is used. In the observations of Ellingham diagram, the third point is, as the temperature increases, generally del G value for the formation of metal oxide becomes less negative and it becomes 0 at a particular temperature. That means, so the temperature increases up, the del G value for the formation of metal oxide becomes less negative. In the graphical representation, if the temperature is increases means del G value becomes less negative and a particular place it reaches 0 at a particular temperature. So below this temperature only, that means the line will be goes upwards, no. So on that region only all the metals will be stable one, and above the temperature del G will be a positive. Here it comes after when it reaches the temperature 0 in the graphical representation. Then above the temperature 0 means definitely the del G is positive. So the reaction is non-spontaneous and the formation of the product is unstable. So for the formation of the stable metal oxide, del G value should be negative. This general trend suggests that metal oxides becomes less stable at a higher temperature. Underline this very important point. Metal oxide becomes less stable at higher temperature and the decomposition becomes easier. In the graphical representation, del G value will be in the y-axis and the del X in the temperature in the x-axis. See all the metal oxide formation. So formation of magnesium oxide, formation of calcium oxide, manganese oxide, chromic oxide, zinc oxide, everything will be move on like that towards the positive, that is towards 0. All the lines will be moving towards the 0. So in these regions only the metal oxide formation is very stable. When it reaches after 0, for example, if we extending this line for the nickel oxide formation, so here the temperature will be 2200 degrees Celsius. When it reaches 0 means after this temperature, that is 2200, after this temperature, definitely nickel oxide will be very less stable, that is unstable. It can easily decompose further to give nickel and oxygen. So those metals, formation of oxides only stable, these range from 0 up to minus 1100, that is minus 1200 range only will be a stable one, except the formation of carbon monoxide. Here you see fully it comes to moving towards the negative value. So it tends to form 1000, it crosses 1000 to minus 1200. Definitely the formation of CO will be a positive one. So all the value will be a negative, and definitely CO is using as a good reducing agent. In next fourth point in the observation is, there is a sudden change in the slope at a particular temperature for some metal oxides. If you see the graph, that is formation of magnesium oxide and mercuric oxide. So there is a sudden change in the slope. This is due to the phase transition. What do you mean by phase transition? Means some metals like at one stage, at one temperature it will be a solid. Suppose if you increase the temperature, it starts to melting, and further increasing the temperature, it changes into a vapor state. So such a formation, solid changes into liquid, liquid changes into vapor state. So these transitions we call it as a phase transition. So magnesium oxide and mercuric oxide, these two oxides at higher temperature increases means definitely it undergo a phase transition. That's why there will be a sudden change in the slope at a particular temperature. So in this video we saw about the Gibbs free energy change, how the delta G value is used to predict the feasibility of a metal oxide formation, also about the Ellingham diagram, what is Ellingham diagram, and the 4 points in the observations of Ellingham diagram.